the regulatory outlook for July 2025. We have got a few things for you to read up on during the summer holidays. Should we start in the UK, Chris?
Yeah, absolutely. Top of the list, hopefully, is the new Failure to Prevent Fraud offence, which is coming into effect on the 1st of September this year. Hopefully, you're already doing a lot of work on your reasonable fraud prevention procedures, but if not, that is something to really focus on in the coming months. The other thing to keep an eye on is the Employment Rights Bill, which is making its way through Parliament. That's going to bring a number of changes, particularly around things such as sick pay and paternity leave. There's a number of consultations going on, a number of things to keep track of. If it's helpful, we do have a tracker on a microsite which we can share with you to help you, but you really need to keep on top of what changes are coming in and when.
And let's not forget about PRAM, the Product Regulation and Metrology Bill. That's shortly to receive royal assent, but come the autumn we'll be getting a number of consultation papers, particularly going to affect online marketplaces. So this is a bill that is fundamentally going to affect product law, so do check that out. The other thing to look out for is the Data Use and Access Act, which has received royal assent. There are many changes in this piece of legislation, so do have a good read of it. Also note that the penalty provisions now are the equivalent of GDPR fine levels.
And in the EU, you need to be keeping an eye on ESG still. It's still a key priority. You'll have seen, hopefully, that the Omnibus Directive is working its way through the legislative process. This is going to have a significant impact on both the Corporate Sustainability Reporting Directive and the Corporate Sustainability Due Diligence Directive. You need to understand the impacts of those changes on your business, so keep an eye on that.
Also in the EU, the European Accessibility Act, that became applicable on the 28th of June of 2025. So this is an act that's making everyday products and services more accessible for people with disabilities and impairment. So do look at that and make any changes necessary. And finally, just a word on AI. Of course, the next bit of the EU AI Act is coming into effect on the 2nd of August. Those are the general purpose provisions, and also some of the provisions around things like conformity assessment, and again an increase in fines will be coming in through that act as well.
So those are just a few highlights from our latest edition of Regulatory Outlook. Do have a look and see what other highlights are in there across the 19 different areas, and also have a look at the summer reading list which we provided to keep you up to date on compliance while you're on your holidays.
Enjoy your summer.